Anyone can say what is nitration?
Substitution
What
of
is
nitrogen.
Addition of nitrate.
Addition of nitrogen.
addition of
Nitrogen.
addition of nitrogen? Okay, we are talking of one major type of reaction. What is that major type? Can you say that? What is that? Substitution reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction we are talking of. Okay, so when we are talking of electrophilic substitution reaction, we have to think of that particular substitution reaction. Okay, not the other one.
Nitration is the substitution of NO2 group.
Nitration is obviously substitution. NO2 group, correct. It is the substitution of NO2 group. Okay, let us think about nitration reaction. So I'll share one. Let us think. Is the screen is visible to you? Visible?
No, ma'am.
Screen. What is visible in the screen now?
Nothing.
Nothing. Blank.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Now. Now I'm coming back. Let us see some problems there. Okay, so it will take little time. Okay, so wait for some time. We will continue, but it will take time to bring the screen there. So nitration, there are two conditions. Write the first condition. First condition is reaction with the concentrated HNO3. Reaction with the concentrated HNO3. Reaction with the concentrated HNO3. So there you can write phenol on reaction with the concentrated HNO3. We get a single product. A single product is obtained. One para position and two ortho positions are substituted by NO2 group and we get a single product. Now the screen is visible, bachcho?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So we are talking of the first type. This one reaction with the concentrated nitric acid. And first of all, the reaction is concentrated. Here you can put here as here I have mentioned dilute, and here also you can mention as concentrated. CONC dot. And you can see that this is a product obtained, and the IUPAC name of the product is 2,4,6-trinitrophenol. And it has a common name also. You can write here I have mentioned. It is called picric acid. Look at that. Picric acid. Can you see that? Picric. It is called the picric acid. PICRIC. Picric acid. It is an yellow precipitate. And this is again considered as a test for phenol. What is that? When phenol is treated with the concentrated HNO3, we get 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, or it is also known as picric acid, and it is obtained in the form of an yellow precipitate. So this is the first nitration reaction. Second nitration reaction is Reaction with the dilute nitric acid. Second condition, write that. Dilute nitric acid, and at the same time the temperature has to be maintained low temperature, near about 5 degrees Celsius, sorry, 25 degrees Celsius, 298 Kelvin. Temperature is low, normal room temperature, 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. Okay. And here the reaction, see that reaction, we get two products as we have seen in bromination, in presence of carbon disulfide at low temperature. Here also we are getting two products. One is called ortho substituted, another is called para substituted. These two products are very, very important. Okay, for industrial purpose, these two compounds are important. So it is very essential to separate these two compounds from the reaction medium. Okay, it is very important. So in order to separate the product, we will use the method steam distillation. Steam distillation is effective in this case. Look at that. Steam distillation. Product can be separated by steam distillation method. So for that, we have to understand the theory behind which is steam volatile and which is less volatile. So orthonitrophenol is this product. First product is steam volatile, and this is less volatile. And the reason is important. What is the reason? Look at that. You can draw even the structure. In orthonitrophenol, you can draw the structure of NO2 group even. N double bond O, here N single bond O. In between this hydrogen and this oxygen, there is a hydrogen bond. Such a type of hydrogen bond is known under the name intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. And due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, orthonitrophenol is steam volatile. Or we can say that it can be separated through steam distillation process. Why the other one is less volatile? Again, the reason is very important. In this case, when we draw the structure in little different way, so I will draw it. Look at this. When we draw the structure in a symmetrical way, here like this, here we can write, here we can write OH, and here we have para position, we have NO2, NO2. Here I have written in the same way as it is there in the product side. And here you can write plus one more molecule of orthonitrophenol. Draw that also. Okay, one more molecule you can draw. Here I'll draw one circle only for simplicity. Okay, here you can put N, and here you can put O, like this. Okay, and here you can put double bond O. And here we have as OH group. Here I have drawn two paranitrophenol. Okay. Now in between this, you can show hydrogen bond. This hydrogen bond is called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Inter means in between the molecule. So in between the molecule, there exists a hydrogen bonding, and that is called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. And because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, association of molecule takes place. Association means two molecules combine together to form a single molecule. In this way, you imagine large number of such molecules are connected, so it will be exist in the form of an associated molecule, the whole paranitrophenol. And because of this, it is less volatile. Okay, so both the reasons are important. Why one is steam volatile, why the other one is not volatile. That means less volatile. So two conceptual questions I told you in this case, and one chemical test to differentiate phenol from other compound. So altogether 3 questions are from this part. Okay. Completed the written part, all of you? Say
Yes, ma'am.
So write down the question in the margin. Okay. First question is give a test, chemical test for phenol. So that picric acid one you can write. And how to separate nitration of phenol if we use dilute nitric acid at low temperature? So the answer is steam volatile. Third question you can write, why orthonitrophenol is steam volatile and paranitrophenol is less volatile? Why? So 3 questions are there. Now there is an alternative question. Nowadays, that means a recent method for the preparation of picric acid. Picric acid is an industrially important compound. So it can be prepared in other way also. It can be prepared. So this is one method that recently used for the preparation of picric acid. And you can remember this method, even the statement is there in the book, but equation is not there. So it is better you have to write only equation, no need of explanation. Recent method for the preparation of picric acid. So again, the raw material is phenol, but look at the structure. Phenol is treated with a concentrated sulfuric acid. We get first product, single product. Okay, single product is obtained, and it is phenol 2,4-disulfonic acid, which when treated with a concentrated HNO3, we get this picric acid. Or recent method, what is the method of preparing picric acid? When phenol is treated with nitrating mixture. What is nitrating mixture? This is a single sentence we can use. What is nitrating mixture? 1:1 proportion of concentrated HNO3 and H2SO4. Here it is expressed in 2 steps. That means in the medium, the reaction takes place in 2 steps. In fact, the reaction takes place in, we can explain the reaction in single sentence. When phenol is treated with nitrating mixture, we get picric acid, okay, as the single product, major product. Okay, so this is all about nitration. Now we will come to the next property. Only equation is sufficient in this case. Okay, in these 2 cases also equations are important. Explanation is not important. This is important for conversion reaction. How will you convert phenol into benzene? Write the question first. Reaction heading you can put reaction with the zinc dust. And in bracket you can write how to convert phenol to benzene. How will you convert phenol into benzene? So then write the equation only. Explanation not required now. Phenol when distilled with, distillation is there, zinc dust. Zinc dust means in general zinc is exist in the form of granules, and here we are using zinc in the form of very, very fine powder. So that's why it is called the zinc dust. So we get benzene as the major product and we get zinc oxide as the byproduct. Here zinc is the reagent. It is not the catalyst. Okay, so this is one reaction. Another reaction is oxidation reaction of phenol. Oxidation reaction of phenol resulting a compound called the quinone. Look at the structure. It is not benzene. 4 pi bonds are there. See that here 1 pi bond, here and here and here. And the compound is called the quinone. Q-U-I-N-O-N-E. And the reagent used is chromic acid. Chromic acid. But here direct chromic acid is not expressed in the equation. The reason is it is unstable. Chromic acid is unstable. Whenever we require chromic acid, we need to use combination of these 2 reagents. Which are they? Sodium dichromate and concentrated sulfuric acid. These 2 reacts together forming chromic acid. Okay, so chromic acid is the reacting subspecies, but it is since it is unstable, we are using combination of two reagents, and they are sodium dichromate and sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. So these two reactions are related to phenol. Now we will discuss the most important topic of phenol, and there are two name reactions under the topic phenol. The first name reaction is called Colt's reaction. Two name reactions are there, and both the reactions are very important. Okay. First reaction is called Colt's reaction. I will show you. Wait. Colt's reaction. Okay. Before going to the details regarding the reaction, I will tell you what is the exact reaction takes place in this case. The reaction takes place in this particular case is substitution of a carboxyl group in benzene ring. Substitution. Okay. Substitution of a carboxyl group, because the last product contain carboxyl group. That is why this method is important. Second point which is related to this reaction is highly significant for the preparation of an important medicine. Maybe you heard about this medicine, aspirin. Anybody can say that what is the use of aspirin? Anybody heard about aspirin? What is the use of aspirin? Not heard about.
And cold or headache?
Headache, huh? So when we take aspirin, what will happen inside the body? Any idea? Okay, what we feel?
No.
What we feel? Suppose we are taking that medicine. What we will feel? Relaxed feeling. So jate, हाँ. So it is a pain reliever. It is a pain reliever, painkiller. Painkillers are generally coming under the category analgesics. Heard about that name? They are coming under the category analgesics. You can remember the name. Analgesics are group of medicines used for the purpose of relieving the pain. Analgesics. Write it down. Analgesics. Okay, painkillers. Simply sweet name for that painkillers are analgesic. ANALGESICS. Analgesics. Aspirin is coming under the category, and moreover, it can be used for heart patients even. Okay, heart patients can, because heart patients can't take some type of medicines, generally coming into the category analgesic. But this can be used for heart patients even. That's why aspirin is important. But children are not supposed to take aspirin. Okay. Only with the doctor's prescription we can consume. Otherwise, we are not supposed to take aspirin. The reason is it is highly acidic in nature, and it will cause some side effects. Anybody wants to say something? Somebody's mic is on. So this is all about general introduction regarding the reaction. Okay. So now let us think about the reaction, Colt's reaction. And Colt's reaction is when sodium phenoxide is treated with carbon dioxide at 400 Kelvin and at a pressure of about 4 to 7 atmospheres. Reagent is carbon dioxide, temperature 400 Kelvin, pressure 4 to 7 atmospheres. We get the product sodium salicylate. It is the major product. And this product on acidification, we get the last product salicylic acid. This is common name, and the IUPAC name is 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. So this description you need to write. Phenol treated with NaOH we get sodium phenoxide because we are discussing of phenol. So the reaction starts with the phenol only. So that's why we need to add this particular step. Phenol when reacts with NaOH, we get sodium phenoxide. This when reacts with the carbon dioxide at temperature 400 Kelvin and the pressure 4 to 7 atmospheres, the product obtained is sodium salicylate. This on acidification. Acidification means treatment with acid. We get salicylic acid. Okay, this is the reaction. Up to this, you have to write under this reaction. Okay, so this is the reaction known under the name Colb's reaction. So write the description and write down the reactions. It is a three-step reaction. 3 steps. Okay, first phenol, then sodium phenoxide, then sodium salicylate, then salicylic acid. Okay, done. Govin, completed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I will wait. When as soon as you complete, you just inform me.
I'm completed.
Okay, very good. Okay, now second you write one equation, one reaction, one question you have to write. Okay, write the question. How will you convert salicylic acid into aspirin? Salicylic acid into aspirin. And after that you have to write this equation. So this is the equation. I will explain the reaction. This is simply acetylation reaction. Acetylation means a substitution of acetyl group. What is acetyl group? COCH3 group is called acetylation, acetyl group. It is coming from acetic acid. You can look at acetic acid, CH3COOH. Okay, and the sources of acetic acid are not only acetic anhydride. Acetyl chloride can be function as the reagent, or simple acetic acid can be used. But in this case, as it is used for medicinal purpose, here we have to use acetic anhydride as the reagent. So the name of the reagent is acetic anhydride. CH3CO twice O. And H plus indicate the reaction needs to takes place in acid medium. Reaction takes place in acid medium. So we get the product aspirin. Aspirin, it has the common name acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl salicylic acid. Aspirin, we can say that it is the trade name. Aspirin. Okay, acetyl salicylate coming under the category common name. And the byproduct obtained is acetic acid. So this reaction you can write as the answer of the question. How will you convert salicylic acid into aspirin? Clear? Okay, so this is all about the phenol. Now you can write the next title and last title of the chapter, ethers. Write the name of the topic, ether. Okay, so ethers are, what are ethers? Ethers are alkoxy-alkanes. Alkoxy-alkanes we can write as the short form in this way, RO R dash. This is the shortest way of representing an ether, where R and R dash represent alkyl group. They may or may not be same. Okay, this is the representation of ether. IUPAC name is alkoxy-alkane. IUPAC name of ether is alkoxy-alkane. Okay, now how will you name an ether? Single rule you have to remember. The larger alkyl group forms the part of parent chain while the lower alkyl group constitute alkoxy substituent. So there are two alkyl parts are there. One alkyl group is considered as the parent chain, another alkyl group considered as the substituent. Now the question arises, if both the alkyl groups are same, then there will be no separation of substituent and parent chain. So here I have put one example, CH3OCH3. So in this case, it is coming under the category symmetrical ether. Symmetrical ether means both the side of oxygen atom has same number of carbon atom. See that? So this is a symmetrical ether. In this case, there is no such a rule. We can directly write the name like this. This group is called methyl CH3. YL is replaced by OXY. Okay, oxygen is there, that's why. Methoxy, and the other alkyl group has only one carbon, so it is the parent chain. So it is methoxy methane. Second, I have written an unsymmetrical ether. Look at that example. One side of oxygen has one carbon, the other side has two carbon atoms. So in this case, we can apply this rule. Out of the two alkyl group, which has the maximum number carbon atom? C2H5. It is considered as the parent chain. So the name of the parent chain is ethane. Now focus on the other alkyl part. It is methyl. So YL is replaced by OXY. Then IUPAC name of the compound you can written as methoxyethane. Okay, methoxyethane. Now we will focus on remaining examples. Okay, one by one. First you write this example. C2H5O, CH, CH2, CH3, and here we have a set. So I will give half a minute. Try to write the name yourself. We will solve one by one. Okay, not all together. We will solve one by one. First you draw the structure, then say the name. Without drawing the structure, no need to say the name. Okay, I know how much time it will take.
Methoxy 3-methyl propane. Methoxy 3-methyl propane.
Who is there?
Archit Pawar.
So, do you think that this is the correct answer? For
Ethoxy butane.
so where is the position? See, when we add new rule, the remaining rules are there only. We have to add this particular rule along with the previous rules. Okay, so that rule you need to follow. So you have to number the carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Now say the 2-ethoxybutane. Correct. Very good. 2-ethoxybutane. Okay. Now let us make a trial with the second. Follow all rules. Okay. What will be the IUPAC name? First you say your name, then you say the name, IUPAC name. Okay. So that I can make out. Some voice I could not make out. Similar voices are there.
2-ethoxy 2-methyl propane.
2-ethoxy
2-methyl propane.
Ayush bola hai?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay, so this is correct. 2-ethoxy 2-methyl propane. Put down the number 1, 2, then 3. Longest chain. One more way you can count the number. 1, 2, 3. This one. Again, the answer is same. Okay. 2-ethoxy 2-methyl propane. Okay, I hope you have completed. Then write this. CH3O, CH2, CH2, CH2O, CH2, CH3. Anybody completed?
Ma'am,
1-methoxy, 4-ethoxy propane.
No, wrong. Any other answer? Ah,
ma'am, one methoxy, three
Ah.
ethoxy propane.
wrong. Any other? Any other answer? How these two answers are wrong, you know. Anyone?
1-ethoxy, 4-propoxy ethane.
Funny, Indra, same answer. Why you are repeating? 4. How it comes 4? Here it is 1, here it is 2, and this is 3. So it is 1-ethoxy, because ethoxy is coming in first. Alphabetical order, ethoxy will come first. That's why giving preference to ethoxy. Then comes to the second substituent, methoxy. So it is 1-ethoxy, 3-methoxy propane. Correct? Number needs to be correct. Position. Now you write all the 4 examples together and do it as a homework. Write it down. One, two, three, four. 4 questions are there. Do it quickly. CH3, CHO, CH3, CHO, CH3, CH3. And the next one is CH3, CHO, C2H5, OC2H5. All the question you can solve very well. Okay, simple. Follow the rule properly. Then you have to attempt this question after this period. I will give 10 minutes before the next period. You have to complete. Okay, before the next period. So when we will meet again at 4 o'clock, you need to complete this part. Okay. So one reaction, I think it is completed. Done. Asta, have you completed? Asta, are you there? Asta is not there. Anmiri,
Yes, ma'am.
completed?
Yes, ma'am.
So one reaction is there, we left. It is related to phenol. Okay. So you can write this a name reaction. This is by mistake. Write this reaction. Name of the reaction is a Riemer-Tiemann reaction. This is a name reaction. Again, it is important. You will mix it with either. Again, there will be no harm because these all belong to the same chapter. Okay. So that's why write the name Riemer-Tiemann reaction. This is again important. in the sense, through this reaction, one CHO group is introduced into the benzene ring, CHO, aldehyde group. And this aldehyde is called the salicylaldehyde. Kolb's reaction, COOH group is substituted. The reaction is known under the name Kolb's reaction. In this reaction, Riemer-Tiemann reaction, CHO group introduced into benzene ring, and the product is called the salicylaldehyde. Okay. So what is the reaction? When phenol is treated with chloroform, see the formula of chloroform, CHCl3. When phenol is treated with chloroform in presence of aqueous NaOH at 340 Kelvin, we get orthohydroxybenzaldehyde as the major product. This reaction is called the Riemer-Tiemann reaction. So I'll repeat, when phenol is treated with chlorine and aqueous NaOH at 340 Kelvin, we get orthohydroxybenzaldehyde as the major product. This reaction is called the Riemer-Tiemann reaction. Okay, so Riemer-Tiemann reaction equation is there. You can see that in between there is a transition state. This is unstable. But without this step, the reaction is incomplete. So I'll explain this. CHCl3, see here NaOH is there. This OH, H is replaced by sodium. So that's why here we get a ONA. And from this CHCl3, one chlorine is replaced here. So we get a CHCl2. CHCl2 is substituted here. And this when further reaction, that means in the reaction medium NaOH is there. This is what we call reaction mechanism. And obviously the reaction is in acid medium. Why reaction become acid medium? See, look at this. One Cl is free from this and one hydrogen is free from this phenol. So we have one HCl molecule in the medium. So that is why third step is hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis. Here we get the product. Here we have to write it is Na. This is not H, this is Na. Okay. ONA and CHO. And here we have acidification. This will be removed. So this product is called the salicylaldehyde. So this is an important reaction. How to convert phenol into salicylaldehyde. Again, this reaction is important. So this is all about this class. We will continue properties, reaction and all in the next class. In between, I will tell you one small topic is there in the book that get deleted. Some commercially important alcohol. Their manufacture of methanol and ethanol is there. Methanol is manufactured from destructive distillation of wood, and ethanol is prepared from molasses through fermentation process. These two topics get deleted, so we did not learn this. It is on page number 336 NCERT that you can delete. Okay. So now I'm coming back. I'm stop sharing now. So this is all about this class.